everybody, and welcome to episode 20 of the AFK Hour Podcast. I'm your host, jlucio, and today we have LeoErebus.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
We have NABjr.
Hey, baby.
And we have StevieRay.
Hey, what's up?
So, this is our faces. This is the first episode we're gonna be doing.
We're live.
So hopefully you guys enjoy it. We're gonna be from now on. We're gonna do this. We're gonna be doing this type of podcast. So you're gonna be seeing more of our beautiful faces. So, yeah, what we're gonna do, we're still doing the same format that we've been doing. So first thing first, Marcos, what did you bring for us?
Well, I don't know about y'all, but I've been watching a lot of like eating videos, and I've been thinking about like traveling and like going to places. And every time I'm thinking of like going to visit like a different city or whatever, is first trying out the food that they have there. So what I brought to all of y'all is, what is your favorite street food from? Or where's a street food that you've really been wanting to try, just haven't had the chance to try? Go ahead and let y'all think about it for a bit. But yeah, like, street food, like in America, what is it known for? Like, street food is known to getting a hot dog on the street, because that's, for whatever reason, that's where America is. There's always a hot dog, like little store. Or like if you go like in Japan, there's like a bunch of little dessert shops. Or like when you go to a festival, the type of food they're serving there, it's all like street food. So like I personally, I have a huge sweet tooth. So when it comes to pastries, that is my thing. But like a funnel cake, churros, what are they called? What are the fish ones that have like red bean in them from Japan? I don't know what they're called.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
No? Yeah, it's like taki something. It starts with a T. And like, that's what I'm really... Yeah, that like when... I love having that type of food. Or like, what are they called? They're not waffles. They had like bubble cones or something like that.
Oh, I've seen those. Yeah, there's a place here in San Antonio that has that.
I forgot what they call them, but it's pretty much like a pancake with like shaped like with bubble shaped in a cone with like ice cream in the middle, or matcha ice cream, or like pretty much whatever toppings they have. And for me, that's something that I really look forward to in street foods. It's like something sweet. I don't know about y'all. I don't know who wants to.
When I was in San Francisco, they had the taiyakis with ice cream inside. Like, instead of the red bean, they had ice cream.
Yeah. Were they being like made fresh though? Like on the... Yeah.
But they're like very processed. Like they put like, how whenever you have the breakfast continental, you can just have the waffle machine? Essentially, It was like that. And then you just put like the ice cream in the machine right there.
Damn,
never got to try it though.
What the fuck? Nick, you were there for like almost 2 years.
They opened it when I was about to leave, and that was when my stomach was acting up a lot, so I couldn't try it.
Damn, bro. Did you at least like figure out how many type of ice creams they have, or it was just like...
They only had 3 flavors. I think it was like vanilla, chocolate, and then yeah.
I mean, when I was in Austin for a while, like, I loved South by Southwest because they used to have like a food truck park there, and I would just get to try like all these different foods. Probably my favorite thing that I had was like, it was like this spicy like barbecue pork that they put in like a sweet like doughy bun. It was like Korean. But I can't remember the exact name. It was sort of like a banh mi, but it was like a white doughy bun that they had it on. It was really, really freaking good. I just remember because it like melted in my mouth, but I've never been able to find it again. There was a food truck called Eastside Kings out of Austin. Yeah, I don't know if it was more like I loved it because it was free, or I loved it because it was really good. But I just remember like I was probably really drunk at a South by Southwest party, and they were giving away free food, and that was amazing. So
Oh my god, drunk Steven just goes, oh, free food, I'm in, bro. Let's
yeah,
get
that's South by Southwest, man. You get the free drink tickets, you get the free food trucks.
Don't you pay to get in though?
No. I didn't. I never did.
We got friends in high places.
Yeah. I was showing George some videos the other day of like all of my South by Southwest escapades, and man, I can go hours on just that, the highlight reel of that stuff.
He was like right in front of he was in the front of Calvin Harris. I was just like, damn, dude, like that's such a good set that you're watching right there.
Yeah,
so,
I have like
and also
so much
for Kanye and Jay-Z, you're there too. I was like, whoa, that's fucking badass, man.
Yeah. Drake, Pusha T, Trinidad James, 21 Pilots. I did like I had like a whole 3 years of my life where I was just really into South by Southwest, and then I got a real job and I wasn't in Austin anymore. And I just couldn't anymore. I tried the very first year that I was like working at my current job, and it just did not work out. It didn't feel worth it anymore. It was worth it definitely when I lived in Austin, but now that I don't live in Austin, it's just too much of a hassle, like hotel and all that stuff. Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah, it makes sense. Pretty tasty city.
So for me, whenever I think of street food, I think of really greasy food that's for drunk people, like at midnight, past midnight. And for this, like my only personal experience, whenever I go to Austin to 6th Street, they always have like pizzas and donuts and stuff like that, and tacos, and like people are shit faced, and people are just, there's like a line that goes like for miles for like to those food trucks, and like that. I mean, I guess that's my favorite street food. Like I haven't had it I had it here in San Antonio, but it wasn't as good in Austin. So
Rapallo's Pizza on 6th Street is the choice every time. Like they're always open. Like the club just closed at 2:00 in the morning. You get a greasy piece of pizza, like New York thin slice, and just demolish it. Bro.
That was the place where my old roommate Gambi, he got super shit faced, and I was trying to take care of him, and he was like, I'm hungry, and I was with another friend, Kenya. And we went to go buy pizza. She's like, let's go get pizza. And she was also drunk. And I was just the only one that was sober. So then Gambi was like, I want pizza now. And I was just like, oh, okay. Give me your money. I'll go buy for you. So he gave me like $20. I bought him a slice. I gave it to him. And he was like, where do I sit? I'm like, I don't know. Just go sit anywhere, bro. Like, in the curb.
Yeah, they don't have seating or nothing. You just
I can't eat your ass on the curb. I need to sit down, man.
Yeah. So then
it's different.
He wanders off, and I just watch him as he like goes to the curb, and he's just like, he sits down like that, like con ganas, and he's like, poof, and he fucking throws his pizza behind him.
Oh my god!
Like, and he was just stares like really sad, and he was just like, fuck the 5-second rule, bro, and he eats that shit, and I was like, oh my god, dude, like on 6th Street, so there's like a bunch of drunk people and stuff like that. He was like one of those there.
That's some termination for that pizza, dude. Because like people throw up, all type of shit you'll find there on the floor at 6th Street, dude.
I have definitely taken a piss on 6th Street, so he ate.
Wait, wasn't that George? What corner did you say?
No, wait, what time
you mentioned it?
What time?
Okay. Oh, go ahead.
I think for me, my favorite street food is tacos, of course. I don't care if they're on the street or not on the street. They're still like everything I like to eat. But my favorite one that I've actually had is, so when I worked at jlucio in California in San Ramon, every day pretty much there was like food trucks outside pretty much every day, because we didn't have a cafeteria, or we had a cafeteria but it wasn't free food. You'd bring your own food. So there's always like a different food trucks outside, and then every Thursday there was a food market, or what is it called?
Farmers market.
A farmers market, yeah. And what I really liked, there was this Hawaiian place that was Hawaiian chicken that they would be making their they had a grill out there and they were just making it, and it was so good. You'd only buy like you get like white rice and then some chicken, but that chicken tasted so good. And then they give you barbecue, and I just add a ton of barbecue on it, and it tasted even better. I don't know, it was really good, and it was like $10 for like 2 like pieces of chicken and then like a side of white rice, and you'd always get full. And I really like that. But like whenever I go to like Japanese events or like anime conventions, I always get pretty much everything they sell. I just like buy it and eat it. I don't know if I'll be able to do that anymore, considering how I've been feeling lately. But
you just gotta risk it, Nick. Like honestly, I'm in the same boat as you, and it's just like, do I put myself through the pain for this goodness? And the answer is always yes.
Don't worry, Nick. I'll take the blow for you. Yeah, I got you, bro. What I've been wanting to try also is one Brazilian. It's called like jerky chicken. Oh, like, apparently it's like famous in Brazilian, where it's like a type of sauce.
Chicken.
Yeah, that's what they call it, jerky chicken. I don't know why, but it's like apparently like real good. And to me, it looks like it's just like barbecue chicken, but apparently it adds different flavor. The sauce is like different, so I've been wanting to try that.
Are you watching like YouTube videos on this stuff, or is it like is there a show that you're watching for this?
No, I've been watching a bunch of street food videos lately. There was this one that seemed really good. It was like a Texas toast, but like they would put it on a grill and then would make egg with like whatever you want, like breakfast eggs, and they would put it on it, and it looks so good. And I've been wanting that, dude. And they put
egg on toast. Who would have thought?
It just looks so good. It's like with hash browns and everything. It's like a breakfast plate on bread.
I don't know about you guys, but when I eat, I love watching Food Network because it makes my food taste so much better.
You're not like, dude, it's because they're missing. It doesn't have the umami. It's missing the ingredients from this place. The lamb sauce. At least that's me. Whenever I'm watching like a cooking video and I'm eating, I'm like, dude, this is mediocre.
Hey, get good.
Shit,
I guess this is a good segue for the next topic. Nick, what did you bring for us?
Yes, this is a controversial question for ages and ages. Everybody's been thinking about this question. Are empanadas a hot dog or a donut? So let's start off with, what are empanadas? They're a pastry that essentially has, I think is it flour? Both, like it's essentially bread. Well, yeah, that's flour, right?
Yes.
Yeah, like flour on the outside, pretty much outside of it, and then inside it has something. As for like us, like at least like in the south part of the like Texas, and I think we're considered north part of Mexico, northeast. I don't know. Yeah, empanadas are like usually sweet. What I've learned though is like Salvadorians actually make empanadas with like chicken and meat and other different things as well as like our empanadas are also usually, they're sweet inside, so they have like pumpkin, or they'll have like piña, or they'll have like leche quemada, and like outside they're even covered with more sugar, usually, at least the ones we're used to. Yeah. So they're essentially pastries, bread, and you just eat them as a snack, which like that's essentially what a donut is. It's a pastry. It's because I was looking up a technical definition, or I forgot. But it's a fried dough confection or dessert. But there's that, and then like hot dogs are essentially like, well, there's also debate of whether what's a hot dog in a sandwich, but right, like everybody knows what a hot dog is. So yeah. I don't know, I guess when I think of it like this, to me it kind of could be like a donut because it's more pastry-like, even though technically it kind of is like a hot dog too, but empanada is enclosed the whole way and a hot dog's like open, but you have something in the middle. For me, I would say donuts, but I don't know. That's probably That was a very. I know it's a very old question, but that's what I was thinking. As well. We were here. Well, I wanted to eat an empanada.
Can you even eat empanadas?
I want to eat an empanada. Doesn't mean I can eat it. They ate all these empanadas they brought from Monterrey earlier, and I wanted one. And I was like, save one for me, and they just fucking ate them all because I couldn't eat them because I was already feeling like ultra trash and I couldn't eat anymore, or it was just gonna last even longer.
And I'll tell you this, they were excellent. They were super soft.
They were from Bustamante. I think that's what they
super good, man. These weren't really sugar coated outside, so it's like you could grab them without being like, oh, my fingers are all sugary or anything.
Oh yeah, go on.
They're super good. Yeah.
Keep talking like that. All right.
But it's neither. It's neither because look, a donut, it's a deep fried dough with a hole in the middle. Well, not necessarily you need a hole in the middle, but most traditionally, right? And a hot dog is bread. It's not like dough.
Well, empanadas are baked or fried as well.
Yeah, I was
Well,
gonna
yes, but mostly they're all baked.
I think
Now, if you were saying that if it was a calzone, now you're onto something. Because if you look at a calzone and you look at it in an empanada, they're both like covered into the side, tucked in, little braided on the side, and filled with a bunch of shit inside.
Well, if you look at a calzone and then you open it up, that's just a pizza. So is an empanada a pizza?
But not everyone puts pizza ingredients inside a calzone.
But they put it in empanadas.
They're saying they also put chicken and beef into their empanadas.
Mhm.
So what if
Yeah, it's
an
just an
empanada
trompo
is just a calzone?
I was on an empanada as a hot dog train until Nick made the point that it's an enclosure, and I'm like, a hot dog is definitely not an enclosure. But I am pulling up to the calzone station right now. But also
hey,
a calzone's
come
kind of a
on,
taco.
baby, come on, we got space in here.
I think a calzone's pretty much a taco though, a pizza taco. At that point, I don't know. It's very tough. I still think everything's a sandwich though. If it's put between two pieces of bread or dough.
So is a dumpling a sandwich?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah,
What if it's a dumpling? See, now you got a dumpling, a calzone, and an empanada.
But see, there's got to be some kind of link. Where's the top of the pyramid here, right? So we got sandwich, we got hot dog, apparently donuts on there. but then where does everything branch out? You know, hold
on.
Is everything?
I got Gordon Ramsay on the line here. Give me a second.
Those empanadas were shit.
So I think strictly through Nick's definition, he said it's a pastry. So I don't think hot dogs are pastries. So I would say it's a donut. And I'm still on the donut train because, I mean, think about jelly-filled donuts. There's stuff inside those donuts. You get me? It's jelly-filled. And it's just basically an empanada at that point.
Yes, but a jelly-filled donut has a hole where they filled it in. While an empanada is like braided close.
I guess just with that, it's more like a dumpling than a hot dog, because, or a sandwich, because like, I mean, dumplings, you actually put the pork or whatever you want and then you braid it in, but it's steamed though. That's steamed. Can it be fried too?
Baked.
You
Yeah,
fry-
I mean, you can.
I don't know. I guess it's more like dumplings. China invented empanadas. Okay.
They made it.
Whoa.
I don't believe it.
It has
all
been
right, so-
derailed.
According to this, the place of origin is Portugal.
Final votes. What is?
Wait,
what is it?
Of
Are we
course,
saying
no
it's
empanada, not dumplings. Wait.
Wait, where are dumplings from? I want to know now.
I'm pretty sure
Dumpling.
Asia.
Let me see.
Please go ahead and email us corrections on this.
They don't find any origins. They're literally mentioning every single place. in the freaking
Let them know,
world.
everybody. You gotta let us know what you think. We need to debunk this question right here, right now, because we all know it's a calzone. Nah, I'm kidding.
Well, it says China in this one, but I don't know this.
As a
true.
person that considers themselves as a amateur philosopher, these things always keep me up at night. You get me? So like I always question, is cereal a soup? Like, is it a soup? Or what is it? And
No,
also
because the soup has to be hot. No.
you could make hot cereal. You could have that. People have that.
That's
Also,
Because there's also like some ramen that's served cold, and that's considered soup, right? Or no?
You know what I'm saying?
it's considered a ramen.
Because I think
And
there's
also,
wonton
another
and
question.
wonton.
Another question that keeps me up at night is what classifies a boat? A boat? Anything that floats or something that propels it? You got me? And at what point? Yeah, at what point does it stop being a boat and becomes a ship? Or all ships boats? Or all boats ships? These
Or
are
at one point, does it become a submarine?
It goes underwater.
And then a submarine is a sandwich. It all comes back to
Wouldn't that
sandwich.
be sinking?
Wait. 5 foot longs.
It's a
The
submarine.
real question, though.
Everything
is-
is a sandwich.
Jared, man.
Whoa. Whoa
Am I
here,
a
buddy. We're gonna
sandwich?
put a stop.
Am I a sandwich?
Am I? Okay,
Technically,
well,
I am a
But I
sandwich.
mean, what
I am a sandwich.
But you also,
It's just-
I am a sandwich.
I'm just meat, like with
Oh,
skin on.
God.
I've solved
You
it,
also gotta
guys.
think, like-
Everything is a sandwich.
You also got to think like everything could have been found at the same time, just without us knowing.
That's very true.
So they could
There's
have
also, like-
created the empanada and the calzone at the same time, and the dumpling and the sandwich
and the gordita. And the pupusa.
and a gordita and a tamal.
They say,
And the tamal.
and on the seventh
is
day,
tamale
there
a
was,
sandwich?
Huh?
Is a tamale a sandwich, huh?
Tamale is a
Stevie,
burrito.
sandwich expert. What is it? What is
burrito.
it? Pitch?
No, tamale is a sandwich. Everything's a sandwich.
If you try hard enough,
Is the sope a sandwich?
Is a sope?
isn't a sopa like a gordita?
It's an open gordita. It doesn't have a top.
Okay.
It only has a bottom.
It's like it's like is that like it's like that.
You
one
get two sopes
question.
and you have a sandwich. So
If you get 2 sopes, but if you only get 1 sope,
you break it in half and then you make a sandwich.
It's like that one question of what is a chilaquile, and it's like tortilla with chile and queso, and then what is enchiladas? It's tortilla with queso and chile, and then it's like the same thing, just prepared differently. So maybe that's what an empanada is.
So yeah, like
long.
exactly what Marco said. If you guys want to add anything to the conversation, who's right, who's wrong with the taco and with the sandwich, and a dumpling, etc., blah blah blah, make sure to leave a comment, and we'll start a debate down there. Hopefully,
And we started debating. It's a fucking calzone, man.
If you write down something, I will prove to you why it's a sandwich. I'll tell you that.
challenge accepted. Someone in the comment. They start Wikipedia facts and everything.
Stevie the sandwich maker.
See, this drink here is, in fact, a sandwich. If you...
Before it was made.
Okay, we're gonna continue this on. Stevie, what do you bring for us?
Yeah, so basically, as of filming this podcast, we are a month away from next gen console releasing. So My question to everybody, I don't know if you guys have seen, but I think NBA 2K was like one of the first ones to announce it, their next gen game pricing. They're all pretty much jumping on the bandwagon. $69.99 is the standard price of a video game now. So your Call of Duty Call of Duty Cold War, all the NBA 2Ks, the Madden, they're all retailing for $69.99. On the other side of the spectrum, we got games like Hades and Phasmophobia and Genshin Impact, which are significantly less. So between the $0 to $30 range, right? So where does this take us? Where are we going in this next gen? Do you think a next gen title has to be a AAA game to support a $70 price tag? Should there be a $70 price tag? And what are you gonna buy? Are you gonna buy a $70 game if it's worth it?
I'll start it off here. Personally, a $70 price tag on a game for me is way too much. It's not like, technology has obviously it has evolved, but on the table, I mean, there is nothing like, just graphics are better, but that's all hardware. That's not like, at least in my opinion, like game where you would be willing to pay $70 or $10 extra back in the day, $60 for a video game. I mean, there's still the same concept. I mean, there isn't nothing new, at least in my opinion. Like, it's just updated graphics, better story, I guess. So for me, $70, I think that's way too much. And then trying to compete with, as you say, like Genshin Impact, that's what I've been playing a lot recently. It's free. I didn't have to pay for that. It looks like
spending $70 though.
No, I'm not.
Also, isn't it in a beta or alpha? It's not complete yet.
No,
it's complete.
Now.
It's released right now. They're barely working as of this podcast. 1.1 isn't out yet, which they say
it's in November.
Yeah, I've heard that
it's
it's like
it's a live service game where it's like they're gonna keep releasing updates and updates. And like they touted some big number saying that they made like over $50 million or something like that in the first week that it was out. And this is a free game, so all of those 50 million came from microtransactions.
Yep. And now, so I was saying, like, it's $70 for the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm 100% sure they're gonna add microtransactions to those games, or not all of them, but pretty sure Call of Duty is gonna have a microtransaction.
Battle pass.
So a battle pass, maybe like expansion or something, or
zombie pass.
But for $70, which you're gonna have to throw more money into it, I think that's really outrageous. I think that's outrageous, man. I think that's dumb. I'll still probably buy it because I want to play COD, but
yeah.
Well, isn't COD gonna be free though? Only the multiplayer version is.
What you're paying for is the multiplayer and then the campaign, basically, and then zombies in this iteration, for the full price. But if you just want to play Wars, it's still gonna be free.
I thought the multiplayer was gonna be free, not Warzone. Or is that what they're considering Warzone?
Well,
Warzone
is multiplayer, so
yeah.
But yeah, and then the other point of this is too, like, so when you look at the consoles, like the PS5 has a digital version, which is $100 cheaper than the physical version, and physical media is going away almost completely. Like, I mean, PS5, like PlayStation Sony sees that. Like, it's like, yeah, so they're giving us that saving of not having a disc drive in there, but yet, these game companies are charging premiums for these games when it's like a lot of them are just going to be served digitally. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, let's take it back. So let's use COD as an example. So because if you remember previous versions of COD, you would buy the game and then you would have to buy multiplayer packs, like to get the new maps and all that.
Okay.
The latest COD and the latest model that they're going with is that battle pass, but you still get all the maps for that same price that you bought it for. So would you rather pay $70 up front, or would you rather pay $30 and then when there's new maps pay $10, $15 every time?
I mean, is the game gonna work if I don't buy the new maps?
Yes.
Then I'll get the $30 one. I won't buy those new maps. Fuck it.
What I will say real quick, the people that got Scamas are the people that bought Black Ops 4, because Black Ops 4 only had the Battle Royale and multiplayer, and that was a $60 game. And that whoever bought that shit was Scamas, like me. I got Scamas. That shit, okay? And now that the Battle Royale game is fucking free, and then multiplayer. I mean, it's cool and everything, but no one played that shit when it came out. But like, I'm glad that they fixed their model in the new Modern Warfare, because I don't know, it brought a lot of hype back to Call of Duty. So that's.
I
cool
really think that model is a really good model. I just wish the base game wasn't so goddamn much.
Yeah.
I love all the cosmetics in there. They know their freaking audience, man. You put an anime in there. You give me an anime girl with cat ears, and I'm probably gonna.
And he
buy
buys
it.
it.
Also weed, the weed costume,
and then all the weed stuff. Like they know, because remember when on Xbox when freaking like all the clan tags were all 420 weed, like
your logo, your emblem was the sign of the weed, or the towel from South Park,
your custom one, the one that you did.
Like, they do.
Oh,
they know their audience.
Well, I get it. So for the second part of the question, it's like, do you see yourself buying more like AAA $70 games, or more like of these like cheaper indie style games, that have been coming out? Like Fall Guys came out, like that was like an indie style game. I mean, we've been playing a lot of Phasmophobia lately. That's like fucking $10, like like basically. I personally really love, I love being able to get a game that's like sub $20, and just be able to pick it up. And then there's also those things like Game Pass. Like Game Pass, like there's so many games on there, and that's $5 a month. Like I think that making that price point like that really is a win in Sony's book, or sorry, Microsoft's book, as long as they can get those titles. If you get those titles on there, it's like, oh, why pay $70 when you could pay $5?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking like, you guys over here saying pay $70. Nobody wants to pay $70. I'm gonna play the game for what, 4 months? Like COD, yes, maybe longer. Other games like in NBA and all those, you can play it for, I don't know. I guess I never really played those games, but I imagine some people play it for a little while and they get over it. There's some hardcore die fans that'll keep playing it for a long time. But you just pay $5.99 or whatever a month, and you Gucci. You got it, because Game Pass has the EA contract, so you got our games over here. We got them for you, boy. So you just get that and you're good. Because $70, that's way too much. You just get the freaking Game Pass, get that game, play it for a few months, and what you play, like, let's say 3 months, $15 worth. But then you're also playing other games. You're not just playing that one. You have your main hoe. You're playing Call of Duty, but then you need a side hoe. You need a different game, so you start playing a different game. So you get bored of playing Phasmophobia, so you play Fall Guys, and then you get bored of playing Fall Guys, you play Among Us, right?
So what I will say in regards to that is that I feel like the AAA titles that are $70, and then obviously the cheaper ones, I think those are for two different audience, in my honest opinion. Because there are people, I feel like even though all of us know that we're gonna play multiple games, a lot of people just buy one game for the entire year, and then they just play that game over and over and over again. Look at all the FIFA people. Like they only buy FIFA. and then they just play FIFA for the whole year, and then they just rebuy it at next year, right? And so it's just $70 is for them is worth it. But for us, $70 isn't worth it because we play a shit ton of games, different games, variety, and yeah, like I said, it's just two different audience. Now saying that is it worth it? $70 for me personally? No, I don't think I would buy $70 games. And the way that I tell if I can tell, like I have my own system. I forgot who told me to do the system, but I agree with them. But if you pay $70, you should at least have 70 hours in that game. $1 per hour. That's how I see it. So if you do more than 1 hour for that dollar, then you got your money's worth. So like Phasmophobia, if I play for 20 hours, I got double worth because I've only paid $10. So yeah, that's how I see games. It like so for Civ, I paid like at least $100 because of all the DLCs and stuff like that. But I have like around 300 hours in Civ. So in my eyes, I made my money worth. It's worth it for me.
Yeah.
So, I was thinking about that the other day too. Like remember when we used to put quarters in arcade machines? like imagine if we played all these games and we had to keep putting quarters in. You know, like how many hours like would you keep putting a quarter in to some of these games to keep playing? You know what I mean? And then would that equate to $70 or would it equate to more than $70? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean like COD, for example, like we always played more than 70 hours, I think. I don't really know what number, but I'm pretty sure that even though I didn't play as much this time around, but we usually, when I play it, I'm pretty sure I don't notice how many hours it is, but I'm pretty sure it's more than 70 hours. But would I really want to buy it for $70? Personally, I don't think I would. Like I would just play another game. Like there's a lot of other games. Like I forget, does WoW function on a monthly subscription or is that a one-time fee?
Yes.
Okay, because see, like something like WoW, like that, if it was like a $70, like something like that would make sense. Like those games are like they live forever, essentially. But like COD is literally made so that you play for 6 months, a year, then you have to get another one. Or like FIFA as well. Like they updated, and I think I just saw like something for Nintendo where they literally said, "We're not gonna change anything on the game. We're just for the next FIFA. It's gonna be the same game, same mechanics, same everything. We're just gonna send it out." And I think I saw some people complaining about it, and I'm like, dude, it's been like that for like fucking ever, hasn't it? They always just sell you the same game and you keep buying it away.
Yeah. They know their audience there too.
I really wish that they would do like a live game model on like the Maddens, the FIFA. Just give me the new roster pack every year. I will pay $10 for a new roster pack. You give me that new roster pack and I will keep putting money into microtransactions. The fact that you don't change anything, it was like we got better sweat this year. And I don't want better sweat glands
dropping every ounce of sweat.
I want better games so that I'm better sweat. Like
So I'm gonna dog on Marcos a little bit, okay?
Okay.
So Marcos bought this game for $100. And then a week later, he stopped playing it. Was it worth it, Marcos?
All right, so the game we're talking about here is Albion Online. I love playing MMOs. I like going around the world, collecting materials and all that stuff, right? And I need a new one. So everyone was like, Albion Online, send sandbox game, do whatever the fuck you want. And I was like, PvP everywhere, fuck yeah, dude, I'm down. So I talked to a friend about it. He was like, oh, we're gonna join this clan. We joined this clan and everything.
They had to sign up and register and do like tryouts and everything.
Yeah, for the clan. It was an interview, but yes. So for the game, I bought the Founders Edition, which was $100. And I thought the game was gonna pop off, and I thought I was gonna play it for like a year at least or something. And so what they gave you was just some in-game currency and like a 3-day head start, and that was pretty much, and like some other in-game stuff, right? So I thought that was pretty, I mean, at the time I thought it was worth it. You know, I'm gonna play with this guild, we're gonna play for a couple years. But I mean, like after a week of their servers non-stop rubber banding everywhere, it just kind of everybody was just slowly getting off. The amount of people it would cause a lag, and then everywhere you would go it would take forever because of the lag, and it was just you couldn't really play it. It was unplayable at the time.
And
So
the icing
then-
on the cake right now is that it's free to play now.
Oh my
So- So Marcos paid $100 for a free to play game, and he never played for a week.
I helped out the company, bro. I helped the company out. That's all that matters.
That's true.
That's another thing that I want to bring up for the $70 price tag on AAA game titles. You're paying $70. I mean, I agree that you shouldn't be paying that much, but you're also paying for the developers that are behind the amount of people and the people that were working on the project. Is you're also paying for that. I mean, so maybe that's why it makes sense. It's going up to $70, but I still don't think it's justified. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, also another game that just did that actually, and a very big one at least, is damn it, what is this? Rocket League. Rocket League just went free to play. It used to be like $20, I think, or something like that, and it went free to play because I think it got acquired by Epic. And now they made like some stuff crossover with Fortnite, like you get some skins and stuff. But now it's free. Like I paid, I don't know, $20, $5, something. I'm pretty sure I got it on special when I was on special because it kept going on special. But now it's free to play, and you got like a bunch of like skins and stuff for free. I think that was their way of trying to make up for like, hey, now we're free. But they're trying to get more players in the game. But I will say like a lot of like there's like games like, for example, when you do Kickstarter, like you might buy them right now. They're more expensive and they go cheaper. But when you're doing that, it's usually more for you're helping like the developers, the creators to do that stuff. Like even like right now, what is it? Baldur's Gate 3 just came out. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. I hope I am. I just got it. I haven't played it yet. It was fucking expensive. It was the cost of a real game. $59.99. And it only has 24 hours of gameplay available right now. But it's essentially supposed to be like D&D in a game, and they're the ones that made the Divinity of Sin 2. So they're well known for this stuff, but there's a lot of hiccups that are going on right now. They're still working on, because it's like the not the alpha, but I forget what it's called. But the early release and early access. There you go. Early access. And I think they're saying that they won't actually have like another portion of the game till like a year from now or some shit. But to me, it looked like a really good game, so I got it. I still don't know if I'm gonna get my time out of it. That's what I'm hoping for, because that's gonna be like, to me, my hope for that game is to use it as when we don't play D&D. I get my group of 3 other guys. We do a party of 4, and that's what we're gonna play. And like D&D is technically free to play, but you can buy things to make it easier for you to play. But you just spend hours and hours just playing something. But I think $70 to me is too much, even though I just paid $60 for a game. But the games like the ones you mentioned, I don't like. To me, I feel like this game has a lot of replayability. The one I got, that's why I'm okay with buying it. Like you can keep running it in a lot of different ways. But COD is just simple, FPS. That's it. There's a lot of other FPSs you can play if you just want that. And like the soccer ones, I mean, they're the same game over and over again. Just stay with the one from the year before. But I don't know. Like I said, to me, I don't think it's worth it.
So I know that Stevie, Marcos, and I all paid $60 to help, or we paid $60 to play a game from this really indie company to play this game called Destiny 2. And now it's free to play. I don't know if anyone's out there heard of Bungie, but yeah, they're small. And
I've never heard of them.
They made us pay $60 and now it's free to pay, and I am angry
And
because
mobile.
Oh, it's also is it mobile? Is it mobile game?
No,
now?
not yet, but I think they're working on it.
So
I was thinking they announced that on the Microsoft what is it? The showcase? I think it was on the showcase.
Well,
The conference.
it'll be on
Yeah.
Game Pass. It'll be on Game Pass, which you could technically play on mobile eventually. So
Mobile game, by the way.
So I actually really love Destiny 2. So I'm actually wearing a freaking Destiny shirt. If you could even see it.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I bought this game when it first came out. I will say it's gone through many iterations. I think
we all did actually. We all bought it when it came out.
I think we all did, but Nick.
Oh, yeah, except Nick.
Yeah.
I'm referring not Nick. Get out.
Okay,
Get
yeah,
out.
get
so-
out of there, Nick, get
yeah,
out.
get out.
I spent $80. I spent $80 on the original game. I've bought, I think, 2 DLCs. So that was another 60. And then I bought 3 season passes. So that was like $10 each.
And the season pass that just came out. I mean the.
Well, I haven't bought the new one yet.
expansion.
So
Oh, okay.
what does that tally up to? So that was
More than
$80.
$100.
Yeah, but just on the Steam version, which just came out like less than a year ago, I have 300 hours.
Damn, that's pretty good.
and
That's a lot.
I probably have another 500 on the Blizzard version. So I will say that is one of the few games I don't mind spending money on, and I don't really feel like they betrayed me by making it free to play, because like it wasn't them that shifted, it was the market that shifted over the years. It was like, oh, like we got to do something different to get more players in, and it's like they're not going to pay like $60 for a brand new game. I do wish that they didn't make me pay another $60 for an expansion. I wish it was $30. I think a $30 price tag is a better thing. But if it was $30 and then a $10 battle pass, I think I'd be fine with that. But it's $60 with a $10 battle pass. So it is pretty pricey. But honestly, I can't complain. Like I said, I've definitely gotten my money's worth out of it. Like even when people fall and drop off, like, and come back and play it, I've still steady. Like I get hooked because I love like Margot. I love really grindy games, and I can do. I love repetitive tasks, which is why I'm a programmer. So it's like just the other night, I was literally just farming this same mission over and over again, and like just like by myself. Like I didn't even care because like I'm just listening to music or doing whatever, and it's just I'm doing the motions, you know. It's just time wasters. I love that stuff.
Another thing I wanted to bring up with y'all was, well, now that we're talking about this, is there's a lot of games that usually are buy to play, or buy to own, whatever you want to say, where you buy it and then you play it, obviously, that are multiplayer games that then they switch over to free to play when they're releasing a new expansion or whatever it is. Like y'all's opinion, do you think is that a good move to make it free to play, and then hey, there's this expansion that we just released for $40, or keep it buy to own, pay to play, whatever, not monthly though, right? But you buy the expansion pack and the base game probably just for like $10 more. Like, I don't know what's y'all opinion on. Do you think like what's the better option that companies should take, or y'all think is the better option?
To me, my like best, like, okay, AAA game, right? Because I'm guessing we're talking about like a AAA game. I don't imagine. Yeah, it's what, like, they got microtransactions, whatever. Okay, give me all the content. Give me give me a battle pass for like 3 months, and give me some in-game currency to get me started, and I will pay for your deluxe edition. You know, like that's like $80. I don't
Yeah.
mind paying that as long as what I'm getting is equal or more to what
You're
like
offering.
what I'm getting back. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But if you're gonna just say like, oh, we have like a 10-hour game or like a 20-hour game that we want you to pay $60 for, and a battle pass that's $10, which adds like maybe 5 hours of content, like it's not worth it. I don't know.
You, George?
I think strictly through business aspect, I think that's the right move to do for the company, just to make their prior asset free, because they're trying to promote their game, right? It's for more people to come to the game. So I think that's a good move. But strictly on the community side, I think it's they'll feel like they got gypped. Gypped means like they got ripped off.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I lean more with just like the company because they want more people to be in the game. So I sympathize with them more than the community, I guess.
And you dirty sympathizer. Nah, okay. It makes sense.
Yeah, I think from the company's perspective, I think free to play and then asking to pay every time is probably better, because you just want to get people in the game and then make them waste money. I mean, that's what gachas does, right? They get you in the game and like, you want this waifu? You want this waifu? So come over here. Give me the money. Give me the money. Give me the money.
Oh, costume. Oh.
Oh yeah. Oh, you want the skin? You want the skin for League? Give me the money. Give me the money.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
I think that's the best way to get people. Also, at least from my perspective, I also rather like it like that, because personally, I'm not gonna spend money in the game, and I'm gonna play the game for free. So that's me.
Like with Genshin Impact specifically, like I've looked at this game so many times. Like it's a very simple game, but I've stopped and said like, how is this free? Like I haven't spent a dime, and like I've gotten like probably like 20 hours in, maybe 20 hours in, like of good gameplay, and it's on mobile. It's like they really thought about it, and like it's like yes, they have gacha mechanics, but at what point do you say like that doesn't matter, like if I'm not spending any money? But will I give them $5 maybe here and there if I think it's worth it? Yeah, I was like, I'll do it.
Yeah. I did too. And also, what a lot of people don't realize is like, what a lot, I mean like mostly like Americans, because I mean, I guess maybe just me, I don't know, maybe I'm dumb as fuck, right? But in the Asian, the reason they use a lot of mobile games is because
Asian.
like, well,
In Asia.
in Asia, sorry, I'm dumb, okay? Like, what I didn't realize is their commute times are so long that all they have with them in those time is their phone, right? So they don't have a whole computer set up, or it's not like a 10-minute drive back home. So for them, mobile games is like a really good time to pass the time while they're in the commute. So that's why like what I liked about Genshin was the fact that you could do both. You could cross-platform on both, and it'll be saved on both. So whatever you progress on. And I think more games should take that route, at least in my opinion. But that's just my small rant.
I mean, those games make a lot of money from whales, and like especially overseas, people spend so much money. It's like retarded. Like I know there's like my friend plays a lot of those. Well, he plays a lot of those games, but he doesn't actually spend money. But he has friends that do spend money, a lot of money. Especially for like those fake games. Like I forget, there's this popular fake game, that Fate Stay Night, that sells so many. Like it's a gacha game, and people spend thousands and thousands of dollars on those type of games. Like overseas, those games are just always crazy making money. Like they even have games where, like in your phone, you control a claw on a physical, like it's a webcam essentially, and you're controlling the claw, and then it just drops down and picks up something, and then if you pick up something, they'll send it to you via mail. and it's like it's on your phone and you can pay for it and stuff. Like they even have things like that. They have like a whole place that just it's all like it has webcams set up, and they do it like through the app and stuff like that.
That
Like
sounds badass.
We can do that for a video idea. We just watched
That
somebody.
sounds badass, dude. That sounds fun. Holy shit.
yeah.
Okay, well, I guess it seems like no one else has anything to add to this conversation. We'll go on to the next one. And last but not least, it's going to be my topic. And since I wanted to keep it with October theme, my question to you guys is, what's the most scared you have ever been in your life? And for me, I believe in brujerias, which is like witchcraft, and I believe in ghosts and aliens and all that stuff. Supernatural stuff, yes. Even though it may be dumb, but I believe in it. I was raised Catholic, so I have to believe in it. Well, I don't have to, obviously, but I just believe in it because it's a Catholic thing. But yeah, like for me, the most scared I've ever been is that in high school, I was experiencing my own like demon, right? And I experienced them in my dreams, and it was so vivid. And I was explaining it to Dago, one of my friends, and I was with Big Boy Eddie. We were outside his house, and I was explaining to them about my dreams that I was having about this thing that's been haunting me. And Dago looks at me with like the most sincere eyes, and he was just like, "But Lucio, I'm friends with my demons." And he just like had like a crooked smile, like a super demonic. And I was like, "What the fuck, bro?" And then I looked back, and I shit you not, exactly like in anime, I saw like the radiance of darkness and somebody standing behind him. Like I saw that right when he looked at me straight in my eyes with the crooked smile. I was like, dude, I thought he was gonna like attack me, like lunge at me, start beating me. Like I don't know, like it wasn't Dago. Like when he said that wasn't Dago. And like what I will tell you about Dago is that was about the time where he was experimenting with all that shit. He was like reading the Bible. He was experiencing his third eye and stuff like that. So yeah, take it with a grain of salt.
Cut it out, Nick. Cut it out, Nick.
Obviously, this sounds like it sounds crazy and far-fetched, but I know what I saw. Okay, and that shit was spooky. That was probably the most scared I ever been, because I thought I was fearing for my life, because I thought he was gonna come and attack me right when he said that. And that was like a really big dude, like not like tall or anything, but he's like big. So he like tackles me, I'm gonna stay down. Like I'm not gonna get up. Okay.
It's crazy.
That goes pretty big, yeah.
So
For me personally, I have never really experienced anything crazy. There's only been 2 times. I also believe in supernatural, but I believe in if you don't look for it, you won't find it.
that's also true. That's very true.
So I try not to mess with it at all. There was this one time, maybe it was just a high fever, whatever, but I was really sick. I was home alone, and I had a fever going up, probably barely getting into the hundreds, so it wasn't like anything crazy. And I'm laying down on my bed, like trying to go to sleep, get it off me, whatever. And I'm just laying down, and all I hear is like a little whisper, and I just hear, "Hey, Marcos," and I was just like I didn't even move. I was just kind of like, "Fuck me, dude, I'm done." And then I just stayed there. I didn't do anything. I just stayed awake, just like being like, no, this isn't real. It's just your fever. You chill out. Thankfully, nothing happened after that, but I was scared. And then another time where I was working at the office, apparently there's a rumor that there's a girl that goes throughout the whole street and just pops up whenever she feels like it, and that's all she does. She doesn't really do much. Well, I was working late at night because I work in the afternoons at nights, and I'm at my desk, and it's like 2 monitors, one here and one here, and I'm just working whatever, and like in my corner of my eye, because like my desk goes up to here, so you could see like still around you, all I see is a little girl just standing there like next to my desk on top of like the little thing, just like this, like a little girl with like chonguitos and like an old dress, like kind of like I guess you would say like the like Wendy's, I guess.
Oh.
But like her face,
Was she a redhead
She-
too?
yeah, dude, she even brought out a fucking baconator for me and shit, man. And she was like gray and like she had like not cracks, but like you could tell her skin was like damaged, and her dress was like torn up and dirty and shit. And like I just like for a quick second I was like, what the hell was that? And it just like vanished, and I was like, all right, nope. I just put on my headphones and I was like, yep, nothing's happening here, dude. I'm just working. And that's all that for me. That's been like my scariest to deal with anything supernatural, at least.
Damn. I mean, I don't have any crazy stories. I think the scariest I've been is probably like one time when Marcos and I, when we were small, we were in Mexico and we were on the swings when we were little, and we were just playing around. And back in the day, you know, you just like tangle people up, like they're swinging and they're swinging on it. You tie them up, and then they're gonna go like this, right? And then they get all dizzy and stuff. And we were doing that, except the things were made out of metal, the chains. And then it's not scary like your type of scary. It's scary like for me. Like we were doing that, and we did it, and then Marco's nail literally like opened up, and then it was just like it was just up,
Oh, you still have it?
and we were started yelling, and so we had to take Marcos to go get stitches, but it was pretty scary shit.
Is that still your mark
like-
from your brother?
Yeah, well, it wasn't from my brother, but it's like from the stitch. Yeah, like that's how I messed up. Like my nails all messed up and everything.
I thought you were gonna say that when I convinced you to get on the zipper. I thought that was the
No,
most.
that was my second one, bro. I was going to that one, but
Okay.
and the other thing is like I'm scared of heights, so I just get scared of heights all the time. I feel like anytime I get on the height, I'm scared. But freaking George is like, oh, let's get on the zipper. Nothing's gonna happen. You'll be all good.
No, I was trying to help you with your biggest fear because I knew
Biggest
that
fear
you
of my
hated-
I saw that bullshit about.
I knew
you
you
can't it goes away. It's fucking garbage. Way. It's just
I knew
another way
you
to tell
hated
people to
your-
get on things.
I knew you hated roller coasters, and I was like, Nick, you had to fight your fears, bro. You needed to do it. And
He
Nick,
was like, hey, nope.
Nick was like, okay, I got this. This was in high school too, sophomore year probably. So we're like 16, so we're pretty young. 10 years ago, almost. But yeah,
You're old.
yeah, we're getting there.
So he was like, "Ooh."
But yeah, like I was just like, Nick, you need to fight your fears. You need to overcome your fears, so you could actually ride roller coasters. And Nick was like, okay, I got enough courage. I'll get on with you. And I was like, okay, if you get scared, bro, I'm right there with you. I'm right there, bro. Dude, we get on it. Dude, 1 second. Oh fuck! Oh fuck!
He's having like a final destination and shit.
Dude, he had a panic attack. Nick had a
I
panic
was just fucking yelling, bro. I
Yeah.
was like, and that one you grab onto the things. I was just like, you know, because the only way to keep you from doing this is like if you push two things together, then you're not moving, right? Because you're you're putting force on both sides. So I was just pushing myself against the bar that was there, trying to make sure. I was just yelling. I was like,
I was
"Fuck this
trying
shit."
my best to comfort him, but then like I looked at him and he was just like, and I couldn't stop laughing, dude. I was just like, Nick, you're
I was like, fuck this shit. Like, I was like, oh, it stopped. And then, nope, now we're going in reverse. I'm like,
yeah.
man.
It was just, I was trying to comfort him, but it was just too fucking funny, dude. I couldn't stop laughing. But yeah.
Another thing I want to add is when this came off, you could have seen like there was blood everywhere, and you could have seen my bone. And what was like me, Nick, and my cousin, and I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Like obviously I didn't know what bad words, right? So I was just like, mom, and then like I just passed out, and that's all I remember.
Oh.
Yeah, I had
Oh,
to take him to the Mexico hospital place to stitch him up.
Yeah, I remember waking up and I'm just kind of like, what is this on me? And I just went back to sleep.
So for me, I have a little bit of both, and so I'll share both. So I'll say So for supernatural stuff, it's like I used to get a lot of recurring dreams, and I actually feel like I experience deja vu a lot. I don't know if you guys experience deja vu a lot, but it's like I feel like fucking That's So Raven, where I'm like like it fucking just like hits me like this happened. Like, you know, like this has happened before. but that freaks me out a lot. But I don't know. I do believe in like alternate timelines and stuff like that. It's really
Me too.
It's stressful to think about it, so I try not to. So it's like damn, like why does my shoulder hurt? It's like, man, fucking other timeline Steven just fucking fell off of something or something like that. You know, like it's seriously like a belief I have where it's like where unexplained things happen to yourself. It's like it happened in another timeline and the timelines merged.
I
Like,
agree. Yeah.
It's a weird fucking thing. Like I try not to think about it. It's like I just live my life. But if I do think about it,
Can I say something real quick about that?
so go
Okay,
ahead.
so people theorize, people that believe in this, they theorize that, you know how whenever you're like, I'm gonna go work out, but then that day that you just felt like, no que huite, I don't want to go out, I'm not gonna go out. That's you from all your previous timeline doing the same thing. So once you actually go do it, you break the link, and then in the future when it goes all the way around, because multiple timelines, right? Your person will actually go out and work out. So you're helping your other. It sounds fucking insane saying it out loud, but this is what people believe in, and I think it's interesting.
Back to the scary story, Philosopher George.
It's like I get a lot of, like I said, I get a lot of recurring dreams and stuff, and like one of my like I don't know what it was, but one of my biggest recurring dreams is I am driving a car and I'm on a highway on like an overpass and I just drive off. Like no rhyme or reason. I just keep going straight. And then when I hit the ground, I wake up. And there's been times when like when I hit, I sink into my bed. Like I feel myself literally sink into my bed, and I'm like, oh, like I'm shook.
Hey God, it's me again.
Yeah. Like, yeah. So it's like I don't know why it happens, and I've seen some people like they get a lot of recurring dreams and stuff like that, and like. If you Google it, it's like, oh, like there's a dream, like there was a snake crawling up my right arm or something like that, and people have like theories on what that means and things like that. I've never looked it up, and I don't want to look it up, but also because I haven't really experienced that in a long time. But that's just like some things that's like happened to me. But a lot of it is in the past, and then even in like my childhood too. I remember I used to experience a lot of supernatural stuff, like. Or like it felt like it, like where I'd be laying in my bed and like I'd see a figure walk by and there's nobody in the house, you know, or like I'd hear something, or I don't know. It's just a lot of weird stuff like that I can't really pinpoint or remember because it was a lot when I was little, but I do know that it happened. On the other side of the spectrum with like being scared IRL, I used to operate roller coasters. And it was really funny because like I really hated like I did not that I hated roller coasters, I hated heights, but I did find that it broke that a lot for me. It's like because when I learned like all the work that goes into safety restraints and all that, it's like, oh, that was really good. But where I got scared was when I went to a carnival and they don't have the same safety protocols as like a fucking Six Flags, and my shit felt way too loose, and I'm like, I'm gonna die. Like, so I will never go back to a carnival. And then also too, like water slides. I hate the open air water slides, the ones that are like the straight drops.
Yeah.
Or the ones that curved. Like, I did it one time. I faced my fears and I did it one time. Never again, because I fucking got air. I got air. I was like, I was going down, and there was like a little bump, and then shoop, and I was like, oh,
maybe see you like, oh fuck.
No, dude. I was like, imagine that, like, but apparently, like when they engineer stuff like that, it's like they plan for stuff like that. It's like, oh, like yeah, they'll go up and then they'll come right
Plus
back
or
down.
minus.
and I'm like, no. It's like I don't want that feeling.
This is not normal.
I've still done like the enclosed ones because I know I'm not gonna fly out. But yeah, but still like that still freaks me out to this day. There's just certain things I won't do like that, especially with heights. Like my fiance really wants to go base jumping, or like not base jumping, but like skydiving.
Skydiving. Yeah.
I'm like, have fun. like I love her, but oh man, I'm like, man, I don't
like
know.
Bungee jumping.
I'll do all those things. I'm not really scared of like physical stuff, like all that stuff. What I will say about real quick, something I always tell my friends is that I know, like I tell them that I know how I'm gonna die, which is I always tell them I'm gonna die drowning. And I have several different encounters where I almost drowned. And even though I know how to swim, I'm an Eagle Scout. So like in order to become an Eagle Scout, you have to swim like half a mile regular and then half a mile backwards swimming, right? You have to swim a mile back and forth.
I thought you had to fly.
So like I've had some close encounters where I almost drowned, and I was pretty scared during that time. Like one time when we were doing like what's it called, lifeguard. We're doing like lifeguarding, and I had to jump into the pool and swim like a certain distance and pick up the person that's like flailing and stuff like that. Yeah. So I jumped in the pool, right, and the rope wasn't secure, right, and it latched on, just like it fell off me and it just latched onto my arm. But I was just like already so far, I didn't notice it. So when I grabbed the person, I said, oh yeah, I tug on the rope to tell the person that had the rope to pull me back. But I like right there, I noticed, and he started pulling like as hard as he can. So I'm just like, oh fuck, like, and like the whole time I'm trying to like get on top of the surface, I could breathe. But like I don't know, like I almost passed out. But the next thing I know, like I'm on the surface, I'm just like, what the fuck happened? Like, oh, I thought you had the person. I'm like, oh, the rope fell off. I don't know what. So I explained to them. But yeah, I almost died there.
I know the one thing you said that reminded me is like whenever we went to Florida with robotics, we went on one of the, I think Islands of Adventures has one of the Jurassic Park rides, and it has like something where you're going up like this and then you drop down like this, like pretty fast, like drop down, but it's a water one. And I think it was me, Roxy, and Tiny. And so Tiny is this guy that is called Tiny, but he's the opposite of Tiny. He's like a really big guy. And so it was like the thing went down and then it just stopped at his stomach. And then there was like all this space between me and the bar. And then Roxy's even like smaller than I am. And I'm like, it doesn't close. And then it just went. So like when we're going up, I'm like, oh no. So all I'm doing is like going like this, and like this, and like this, and I'm grabbing the palo, and then like it just drops down. I'm like, like because I start like flying like a little bit. I'm just grabbing the palo. I'm like, no, way.
No, dude, that's wrong. They shouldn't have even launched it like that. That's why there's like weight and like there's actually thickness restrictions on that stuff. Like especially if it's like something where there's a shared safety thing. But man, that's oof. Ugh.
I think I will say on all these like heights and stuff, unlike Nick, like me, I never really cared about heights. Like I'm scared of them. But even since a little kid, there was this one time, and my mom always tells me, like we were in Splash Town, and you know, was that one that's all the way up, and you go like straight down, and then it curves down. She says she remembers me as a little kid. I'm talking like 12 years old, just like grabbing onto the edge, just going like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna get up there, dude. And then going all the way up and down, and I'm just like, hey guys, I'm back. She's just like, did you really go up there? And I was like, yeah. It is what it is.
So yeah, like one thing I like to do, because I don't really get scared often, and to elevate like the fear fact in theme parks and stuff like that, before I ride on that roller coaster, I research all the recent casualties in roller coasters.
Okay.
Okay.
Just for the shit of it.
bro.
And if I'm with people, I'm just like, oh, did you know that?
Just add, you know,
This
to
company-
add to the risk factor, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I'll be like, did you know that this company actually had like
Yeah.
2
I don't know.
decapitations in the past week
Yeah.
and stuff like that?
Did you know that this guy flew off of this ride
Yeah,
last
exactly. I would do that. Like, I like reading
In
about that kind of
exact
stuff.
seat.
So, like, I think that's really interesting. Another thing I'll say as well, like, for me, I also have what you have, Stevie, that you have very vivid dreams. Like, or very, no, you didn't say vivid dream. You had recurring dreams. Recurring dreams.
Yeah.
So I have recurring dreams and also very vivid dreams. That's why I suffer from sleep insomnia, because most of my dreams are about death, the devil, demons, stuff like that. And like I suffer from sleep insomnia as well. No, it's not sleep insomnia. Paralysis, sleep paralysis. My bad. When like I don't know, like whenever I start getting sleep paralysis, it feels like, you know how in Get Out, the sinking place? That's exactly how it feels. Because like you're just there laying down and there's like a split second of reality where you're just like sinking, but you're like still awake. And you're just like, oh fuck, I'm not gonna be able to move. Like I'm gonna be stuck. And I it happens so often, like my sleep paralysis, that I figured out a system how to get out of it. But yeah. But yeah, I always have like these dreams about myself dying. Like my other,
those are
like,
all my dreams.
yeah. But I think they're like what Stevie says. They're other Georges from other realities. Like they just die, and I feel exactly their pain right when they die. So it's just like it's interesting. But like I'm not really scared of my dreams because I'm already used to it. I just don't have them because I have sleep insomnia. Like I can't sleep. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of dreams where people chase after me and try to kill me.
George, do you know how it feels to be shot?
Go on my dream, yeah. But yeah, like I always had these vivid dreams, and it's always, well, back like maybe 3 years ago, it's always the same demon, the one that I was talking to Dago about with. It's always that same one. He always popped up everywhere, and I don't know what happened. And like he just disappeared, and now I just have like dreams about like I remember I had a very vivid dream about like, well, I thought it was like the actual devil because I saw him and I felt. It just sounds so fucking insane, right? Saying it out loud. But like, I just remember in my dream, I'm just like, that's him. It's not a demon. It's the devil. Like that's the metal.
Dad, man.
Yeah. And like, I don't know. And like, I don't really look for trouble. I just think it's interesting. I think all those stuff is interesting. That's why I want to go to a haunted house and actually, because I feel like if I go to a haunted house, all that shit that I see will just come out even more with more ganas. You get me? So
Yeah.
good content.
Have you ever had anybody
one
put
dream
a
I've
level on
had?
you?
Oh.
Have you ever had anybody like put a level on you where they try
Yeah.
to like exercise
well-
you with the
my grandma, she would actually get people from Mexico to go to Laredo and do cleansing on my body. And what they told her was that somebody put like a hex on me. This is what they told her. Right? Somebody put a hex on me because of something I did, and they were jealous or some shit. This is what they were telling my grandmother, and this is what my grandmother relayed to me. And like they had to come every month to cleanse me. And like that was about like the time when I was like super depressed and all this shit, because like I don't know, that wasn't the fic of like the demon guy, the guy that was fucking with me. It sounds so fucking insane just saying it out loud, but this is what I experienced. I have firsthand experience. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, they did my grandmother and my family did the egg thing, and then these people brought soap, and they actually did the soap thing where they cleansed me with a bar of soap, and then you're supposed to throw in the trash. It's a Mexican thing.
No, I don't really know.
They're trying to
No,
it's a real thing. Like
It's because they're like, I don't know, this guy needs to shower.
No,
I'm just joking.
it's not like they fucking robbed me with the soap.
Yeah, que se lave.
But
Yeah, get out of here.
Did somebody bring the Axe box? The Axe body spray?
yeah,
What were you gonna
Wait,
say,
those
Mark?
are- those are my own personal experiences. I have a lot of them. What were you gonna say,
yeah.
Marcus?
No, I just think since I would assume that our viewers out there are mostly Hispanic as well, to let us know if they've also been cleansed por un huevo. What is it called? Cuando te quitan el ojo con el
Yeah.
huevo.
Mhm.
Because I mean that's
Yeah.
happened to me a lot. Happens
Yeah,
to me a lot.
definitely leave us, like, tell us your stories, or you can even email it to us or put it in our Discord, and then maybe we can talk about it on a future podcast.
Also, the
Um,
fern. Have they done the fern to you guys?
The
Have you-
fern?
Fern?
Yeah, it's
Get
like
the
a
fish,
special.
like they go like that, like with the.
Yeah, it's
Like
you
with
have to
sage?
use-
I've seen it like on a show.
It's like with actual. It's like a special grass, or not grass. It's a special leaf that you have to get it. It only grows on certain trees, and then you have to cleanse yourself. It's another way to cleanse it. I've done that too. One last story. I'm gonna say one more last story, and I'm not sure if this actually happened, because like this was like this is when we were going to.
No,
even-
hey, you know, I relate to
That's
that. I
kinda
relate to that.
sus,
There's
dude.
stuff, dude. I've had dreams where it's like they're so vivid and so
yeah,
real that
they're
I think they're
indistinguishable
actual
from real
memory.
life. Yeah.
like I've definitely had that. So I agree. Go on.
So like this is when we were driving to Orlando, and I remember everyone was sleeping in the bus that I was in. It was like around 3 o'clock in the morning. I woke up, and I was just chilling there, and I didn't feel like going back to sleep. And I'm just looking outside the window, and I just see something very bright out in the forest, because it was all grass and stuff like that. And I was just like, what the fuck is that? And like we're slowly driving, like it's over here, and like we're driving, and right when we got next to it, I took a look. It was a fucking burning cross upside down. Like some people were burning the cross in the middle of nowhere in like Tennessee, and I was just like, what the fuck? Is anyone awake? And I look at Nick. I don't know, not Nick. It was Mark who's sitting next to me. I was like, Mark, and he didn't wake up, and I'm like, oh fuck. Okay, I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that shit. I'm going to bed. And then I fell
Turn around,
asleep.
you see Mark with the hood, man.
No,
Like,
but I
fuck!
I was so fucking freaked out. I googled it. I googled what it meant, and it said like, "Oh, death is imminent." Like something about death is nearby, and I was like, "Well, I'm not gonna ride any roller coasters." Like, but then I was just like, "Man, everyone's riding all these roller coasters, and I'm out here being a bitch." Fuck it. If I die, I die. And ever since then, I'm just like, if I die, I die. Like whatever. I can't control it.
That's it is what it is, baby.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I want to do skydiving, base jumping. Base jumping is illegal, but I still want to do it.
What's base jumping then?
You jump
Or
from a building.
like you just jump off a bridge with a parachute and
Yeah.
put it up.
Yeah, you could jump from a building, bridge, cliff, etc. Something that's like from the ground.
Yeah.
But yeah, base jumping, bungee jumping. I want to do all that stuff. We only live once, right? So you might as well live to the fullest.
Well,
But with that being said-
you live in a lot of parallel universes, so there you don't actually live once.
Yeah,
you only
this
live
is-
once with
this
this.
is my like 99th life, you know.
Yeah, with this reality, you only live once, okay? But yeah, with that being said, if you guys have any spooky stories and if you want to add stuff, then feel free to add to the comments with the what is what was it? What was the thing they said? Is
Cuando
it
te
donut?
roban- Cuando te quitan el ojo?
No, about the donut.
Oh, you mean the calzone?
Yeah, so have a battle with those people. If ghost stories versus donuts and the calzone. And real quick before we sign off, we want to do a thank you to Latinx in Gaming for featuring us, SavePoint, on their live stream. We really appreciate it. Thank you for all those people that saw us and subscribed, and it means a lot to us. Hopefully you guys stick in. This is only the beginning, so hopefully you guys enjoy what you watched. And yeah, this is SavePoint. We're signing out. We'll see you guys at the next SavePoint.
Bye, everybody.
Leaders.